Hey guys, it's Krishanti with Krishanti.com talking about psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. And the topic for this video is about how to heal yourself after a breakup or after a parting of ways in a romantic relationship or non-relationship. There are several things that you can do, and as someone who's watching this, I know you are on the spiritual path. You're interested in energy and in raising your consciousness and vibration and all that this whole thing entails. And when you part ways with somebody, you need to make sure that you're also parting ways energy-wise, because depending on the nature of the relationship, that other person definitely will have an impact on you. Now, I learned about all this because when I first started doing readings, I worked at a healing center, and a lot of people would come in. In fact, I had no idea what an epidemic this was. The majority of people would come in at that time were women, asking about how to get guys off their mind and how to stop obsessing and how to get them out of their energy field, whether or not they had been dating them. And it led me to create a program called Get Him Off Your Mind that is available on a website called dailyohm.com if you want to check it out. It's a 28-day program with healing meditations and exercises that can help you to cycle out of what you're going through. But that is geared primarily towards women, and I am fully aware that this happens to men as well. So I just wanted to offer a few tips and things to help you to decompress. The first and most important thing is, no matter the length of time of the relationship, but it is harder if it was a longer, more in-depth or energetically charged relationship. Let's say you were with someone that was a narcissist or a sociopath or something, or it was just like really gnarly. The longer it will take for you to heal from it. And that's not something to despair over if you can just think of it as a mourning process. You can't escape the fact that there has to be time for you to heal and to release. So keep that in mind. And then you want to be aware of the fact that when you're sexually connected with someone, you create cords of attachment, and they'll cord in, of course, through to your root chakra, second, third chakras. Oddly enough, the heart center doesn't always come into play. That's a different thing. I'll talk about that a little bit later. I was going to say remind me, but you can't because I'm making this video now by myself in my room. Anywho, what you want to do is be aware that there's a cording, and start with the solar plexus. I see so many cords in the solar plexus, and you can just imagine that there's a cord running between you and that person, and you just cut it. Or when you're meditating, you can call in the archangels. People tend to use Archangel Michael a lot for that, and see him with his sword, violet flame, and like cutting that cord. And then with your sexual organs, you want to just really like kind of reclaim that for yourself, ground into yourself, ground back into the earth, create a grounding cord, the root, the base of your spine, all the way down to the core of the earth, and see yourself like plugged in and connected into the earth, and imagine that you're releasing any of that person's energy or all of their energy down through that grounding cord. Sometimes if you feel like there's just too much, you might want to actually do this might sound funny, but you might want to do a cleanse, or to monitor your diet, or to change things up a little bit, or to eat or drink something very purifying, just to purify the body and reclaim it as your own. because depending on how in depth like you got in with that person, they may have taken possession or ownership of a certain part of your body and claimed you as their own, and you want to take all that back and reclaim it. So that's an actual action, like physical action step you can do as well, or a series of scrubs and cleanses and aura chakra cleansings and purification rituals to just purify yourself. That's for those lower, like 3 chakras. For the heart center, before I move on, I was pausing for a minute. I want to let you know that also on Daily Om, there is a course created by someone named Jumana, and Jumana Sophia, I think. I bought it, and it's like a feminine healing. It's for women, but it's a divine feminine healing program, and it is beautiful. What she's doing is absolutely very beautiful, very healing, and very powerful for women to heal, recover your space, root back into your power. Extremely wonderful. So check that out as well. It's a very good resource. Sorry guys, it's for women. But moving back onto your heart chakra, what you want to work on there primarily is sorry, my voice broke here, is to release the person with love and forgive them. What I've seen in loads of readings is people come to me when they're in this trauma space and they're not okay, is that they're harboring pain and agony in the heart center. And it's very hard to love that person and let go. It's very hard to love them if you perceive that they have done something dastardly to you, that they have dashed your heart to pieces or cracked it in half. And I'm not exaggerating. I mean, people have caused other people a great deal of pain in this heart department. So if you can just kind of like imagine you're taking them, energetically taking them out of your heart, sending them back and saying, like, I release you with love, but we are done. You want to cut any cords too, because what can happen is that you start to go into that love space, and then you start thinking about them too much, and then you recreate a cord, or you start worrying too much where you don't need to. They're gone. You don't need to have them be a part of your life unless you have an amicable separation and you're still friends, in which case, bravo, that's like the best way to go if you can do it. But I've seen so many people who are unable to for a variety of reasons. Again, unfortunately, a lot of people do things that are really unkind. And there's a whole thing out there with the people that are very manipulative and unpleasant and extremely hurtful. And so that does such a damage to the soul and to the heart. So if you can just send them away and then just say, I send you away with love, and then just recover and restore love to your heart, direct love to yourself, flood yourself with love, fill your aura up with love, send some typical colors that will restore your heart and restore that love vibration are green and pink. So green and pink healing energy when you meditate, surrounding yourself with that. And those are the core things that should help. Remember, again, it's oftentimes just a process that does take time, unfortunately, but you will get stronger and feel better day by day. I also want to remind you, because I do a lot of work like this with people, I want to remind you that if you are fearing that this is becoming a pattern, or you're seeing that this is a pattern, just by virtue of you recognizing a pattern is happening that you are not comfortable with, means you have the power to break it and end it. This is where you bring in your power of like being able to control your life and manifest things in order to shift the karma and to release it. And if you're feeling that calling, it's the time. And it's wonderful because you will transform and you will evolve in that process. You will evolve out of that circumstance happening. You do not have to repeat it. And that's so beautiful. It is so powerful. It's a wonderful opportunity, and you can do it. So I wish you all the best on this path. I have some wonderful healing meditations and MP3 workshops on my website if you want to check them out. It's krishanti.com. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.